guys, we're gonna do a little cleansing. I spent all of my morning, like literally all of my morning, cleaning and just kind of I've been working on resetting like literally all of my energy because it has taken a lot to reset my energy. I've been dealing with such a heavy year. 2023 was a really heavy year. We're gonna do kind of like a recap of energy just so we can really, reflect on our current destination. Um and just kind of see exactly where we've been, where we're going, and what to expect with this new year cuz I don't know if you've been paying attention to a lot of my readings. Like 2024 is a very important year like spiritually, individually, and collectively. Like there's this big, I don't know what just flew by my window, but whatever. There's this big emphasis on like transition right now, where we're going through this phase of just change, and a lot of this is bringing us into our new timeline. Obviously, we're already in the timeline, but we're actively shifting towards this. There's a dove outside. It's so cute. That's so consistent. It was literally winter for 2 days, and now we got birds out again. And yeah, so just a little emphasis on transition, on the bipolar ass weather we got here. That's such a cute metaphor. But yeah, so there's this period of time in the transition phase that feels a little like boring, dull, like nothing's going on. And so you can kind of fall into this shift where you think old things are happening, or where it feels bleak and boring like it did before. I know. Things are always going to feel that way though. Like it's our job to bring light into our own lives and to experience more. It's our job to experience more. So with that being said, this new transition is happening right now, and the new year really starts around spring. That's when you're gonna start seeing a lot of your manifestations really spring forward. Being silly, sorry. But yeah, so a lot of that will actually happen during the spring, but you're going to be preparing. This is like our, not necessarily where we need to feel overburdened and like challenge yourself to do a bunch of different things all at once. But this is the time to get like prepared for this shift. Get prepared for what you're bringing in. And being prepared actually attracts that energy even more. Just as a side note, so whatever you're doing to prepare yourself energetically and physically for the energy, like the energy responds to your physical environment, hence why I did all the cleaning today. Like literally when you do rituals, doing things in your physical reality, it actually aligns your mental state, and it actually, in aligning your mental state, because this is reflectory, like they go hand in hand. When you set that intention and you do things in your physical reality, like your energy shifts within your mindset too. Oh, we're cleaning things, we're making space, we're shifting into a balanced state. There's going to be better energy because there's not all these, I'm not going to put myself on blast, but there's not all these funky smells, and everything's organized and placed where they need to be. I did put myself on blast. I was, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you know what I mean? Like, when you cleanse your space, when you spray things like this beautiful room spray that is not, and you have like your incense and your crystals organized, not just there, but actually organized, and you're making things like not even just your spiritual stuff. Like if you have a bunch of craft stuff, if you're an artist, you know exactly what I mean. Like everything is disastrous at some point in your display of materials and tools. But when you start organizing it, then you reconnect with your creative aspect in your mind, because your mind's not focused on all these other things that you need to do, and being able to find things and projectively not even bothering because you know that you're gonna have to look for something and maybe never find it and then get distracted by something else anyway. You know who I'm talking to. Anyways, so those things actually help you align your mental state too, and thus your mental state is a projection of your physical reality as well. And so they go hand in hand. So having the physical space aligned helps your mental space be aligned, which helps your physical space be aligned. It's balanced. And vice versa. So let's get started with these cards. I know you've been waiting as I've been rambling on about cleaning for like 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe it was a sign for somebody. You needed to hear it. We had the Knight of Pentacles. So this is really bringing you into your master of environment. See, like, we are very capable of, that is a strawberry, a horse eating a strawberry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this will not zoom in. I'll figure it out eventually. Anyway, so really the Knight of Pentacles is being like a master of environment and ingenuity, and just being competent and a leader. So this is bringing you into a divine moment of reflection so you can see this true power that you've been working on. Um and it's not going to make you feel so stuck or stagnant anymore. Um, but make sure you're losing a lot of your dependency on old paradigms and your expectations for like money, monetary value. Not to say that those things aren't going to come in for you, but in losing your expectations for a lot of that materialistic view, it's actually going to help clear your mind so you can attract more things. So having that fixation, that attachment to wanting and desiring more, like those things, they don't actually bring you more. It just brings you into an anxious state of wanting and desiring. And then you're longing and prolonging the longing and the waiting by doing so. So, I mean, I know that it sounds silly. It doesn't sound like things would work out that way specifically, but trust me, you're putting this idea in your brain that you need to fixate on money. And by fixating on the money, it's going to bring the money in through your manifestations, and that's not necessarily true. You can just get stuck in a loop, just constantly thinking and constantly worrying about how things play out when you do that. So it's just best to stay away from that type of mindset altogether. And now with that, we have the Queen of Swords energy, and this is where we come into this masterful being, the intelligence, the truth, the complete mental clarity. And that's also kind of like, see how she's shutting up that damn goose? I think it's a goose. It's probably a duck. I don't know. There's a wild. He's not wild, but there's a goose on my street when I've been walking lately. And those guys, they are yonky. They are wild creatures. They are aggressive creatures. And you see how she's got like this like, I don't even know. I guess some rope or some cloth, and she's just tying up this motherfucker's beak. Like, you know what? I'm silencing this beast. This giant ass goose. I'm silencing him. I know, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with metaphors, but it's really about closing that mental jargon, all of that stuff that holds you back, like when you're constantly thinking, you're constantly in that state when you're literally stuck in your like dialogue, your mental dialogue, and you're constantly thinking and playing out scenarios and stuff. Like, we're here to tame that beast. We're here to silence that beast. And so in seeing the things that we see with a little bit more clarity and knowing that, things aren't always what we expect them to be, we surrender to a lot of that truth, and it's actually a lot more blissful than being ignorant to the truth. So, you know how people say ignorance is bliss? That's not always necessarily true. It's just the easier way to do things. But this, when we come into the truth of reality, we're not hiding, we're not faking it. We're actually just totally okay with things not working out exactly the way we expect them to. And thus, things work out a lot better that way. I know, I know, I know. I know that's frustrating that we want things to work out exactly the way we want them to, but that's just not true. It's never going to be true, no matter how much we want it to be true. It doesn't matter. And so coming into that clarity, it actually allows you to kind of jump through a lot more of these burdens, or I wouldn't say burdens. It's a bad way of looking at things. These challenges, sorry, got really bleak really fast. The Seven of Wands here is to show us that, we're here to face these challenges and persevere, stay on course, and through losing that control or wanting that control, not losing the control, but wanting the control, through losing the desire of control, we have come through like with much more ease, and these challenges are a lot not necessarily easier to face, but we have much more tools, much more clarity to take on the challenges. And so, yeah, there's also this emphasis on strength here. So, we didn't come to this year, 2024, just to come into this year the same way we did before. Like, we're not entering 2023, we're not entering 2022, 21, 2020, 2019. Like, we are here in 2024, bro. We are entering a new year, and a new year has its own challenges to face. Sure, the challenges are never going to not be a part of the process. Who wouldn't want challenges in their life? Yes, we all want to make our life easier, trust me. But to not have any challenge at all, like just live without any type of, and I don't even mean like struggles, bro. Like, you don't have to struggle to be challenging yourself. Like, just trying new things, that's a challenge. Trying new recipes, that's a challenge. Trying to get up sometimes, that's a challenge too. You know what I mean? I was joking. I really was. Don't quote that last part. But seriously, we're constantly facing new challenges within our daily lives. Like, yeah, they aren't necessarily like, maybe not everyone sees them as a challenge, but it's still in some level improving the way you do things, because like we always find new ways of doing things, even cooking, bro. Like, I find new and much more convenient ways of doing things. I used to have a giant steam cooker to make rice, and now I bought like a little miniature one, and I've been using the heck out of that thing. It makes my life so much easier because I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna invest in some things that will make my life easier. And look at that, challenge accepted and completed. Now I have a much simpler time of making dinner sometimes. I'm just saying, it's all about how you look at things. Small, big, little, strange. All of it really connects in ways that you would be really surprised about. But having that idea of metaphors in your head, that things do translate and reflect that way, it helps you understand things so you can overcome your, more deeper level challenges. So you're not just looking things at face value, you're seeing how things connect in a much more broader sense too. And that, my folks, is why we have this justice card too. We have 2024 being a much more energetically clear year. Like, we're facing less challenges because we did actually overcome a lot in these last few years. Like, twin flame situationships, karmics, um dealing with our career, the shifts and alignment with like the universe and collectively. Like, there have been a lot of like really big things happening these last few years, and yes, they are still currently happening. But we still have a lot. We are seeing a lot more justice unfold. Um, in our personal lives and in our collective lives. It's just about overcoming a lot of these things in our reality that's going to bring us to this real next chapter, which again starts in this spring. But 2024 is a very big year. It is like the end of an 80-year cycle and of the beginning of a new cycle, and the ending creates a new beginning. So let's get like one more card and just do a little bit of reflection and what's to come. Okay, you know what? This Fool card stays up top, so let's just roll with that. Because I just shuffled and it stayed up there at the top. So the Fool card, obviously, it feels like we have to keep challenging ourselves sometimes, but it's not necessarily to. Like, again, I don't want you to hear that word challenge and just connect it with, like, all of your struggles, because that's not what I mean. Like, honestly, breathing air sometimes is a challenge. Like, it really depends on how you look at it. And it's not necessarily the challenge itself that is so negative. It's the struggles and the bumpy roads that make us much more negative. So don't look at challenge that way, because challenge isn't here to hold you back or to test you or to put you through trials and errors and tribulations. Like, none of that. Challenges just help you grow. Like, literally, the challenges can come in small forms too. So again, don't look at the challenge as your roadblock. There's going to be a lot of new beginnings with this new year. So just take it with a leap of faith and be a little spontaneous this year. Try new things and see how those things work out for you. Because again, the challenge, trying new things, that's a challenge. There you go. See if you can think of things that way. Like, trying new things, that's gonna be your challenge, your task to overcome this year is just to try new things and just put yourself out of your comfort zone, bro. Like, that is the Fool. That is you coming into this idea that you don't have to live a certain specific way. You don't have to keep yourself from living a different way either. You can try new things all the time, and in trying new things, you're challenging yourself and you're molding yourself into a different person. Like, constantly you're shedding all this skin, but challenging yourself and trying new things, again, like, just taking yourself out of your comfort zone is a challenge. You know what I mean by that. So just allow yourself that freedom to experience new and more, and it's going to come for you. So just allow yourself that freedom and things will work out. But make sure that you focus in on balance and rituals and disciplines, like all those things that we've been working on with our shadow work. Like, we want to stay in tune with that, because that's going to help us with our energy levels and keeping on task and keeping up with the things that we want to accomplish. But allow yourself this time, again, with this transition time, to take a break but still reevaluate, because we can take a break and still, like, evaluate and reorganize and stuff, but like, don't you dare start moving things around too heavy. Like, don't be pushing yourself too much. It's not about that. But we can still do things in the background. I'm just saying, just don't push yourself too hard, because this is a transition period. We're still teaching ourselves rest, because sometimes it's too hard to learn that one. But it doesn't matter. We're still learning it, and trust me, no matter how much you try to pick up, you're gonna get smacked down with reality again. Your spirit guide's gonna be like, "Nah, bro, we was teaching you rest. You need to chill out and just take a break, bro." Trust me. It's gonna teach you one other way. Because I don't make this shit up, bro. It's Two of Pentacles. Balancing work, productivity, and priorities, bro. Look at him balancing. You see him balancing? I'm just saying. The card said it too. It's all about balance, equal give and take. So don't look at it too heavy, and don't overanalyze what I've said today, because again, we're here to create balance and stability in our life, and this is the transition period that teaches us how to really master that level of balance. So we can control our energy levels, we can be in control and master our emotions and our responses to our environment, and allow ourselves to focus on what's important and what we hold value for. And so the other things that go on in the world, they don't affect us the way that they used to. And in such, we can do more for the world around us because we are masters at our own energy levels. So that's just what I want you to take in for this year. Again, we're only just a few freaking weeks into this year, so don't think of yourself as being too slow, too nothing, too boring, too dull. Like, I know that it seems that way again with this transition, and I know a lot of us do have what's called um seasonal depression, but don't let that sort of like, go out and get sunlight and allow yourself to balance if you do feel a little bit more bleak and a little bit more bored, especially during like the winter, the colder season, because that's going to teach you a lot more of like your productivity within your own home and um within your own balanced space, because even if like the outside world is like again chaotic and stuff, you can still be a master at your own energy levels. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you'll see it happen when you start focusing in on things that you can control, which is balancing your energy. So again, we're mastering our energy levels, and that's going to show us a lot more of our manifestation powers this year, and we're going to see a lot of that main character energy flourish, because we're going to be much more aware. In doing this balance practice, we're becoming much more aware of our own energy levels. So just think of it that way. You're boosting your awareness, and that's going to teach you how to be a master at your energy levels, and in such being a master manifester, and so on. So I hope this reading met the right person. I hope that you take what you need to from this reading. I know that a lot of it was about cleaning and balancing your energy, but it's just a reminder, you know. Sometimes we still need to be reminded, especially when things do seem a little boring and rolled out or whatever. Like, it's still going to work out even when it's slow. And that's just your time to process and reflect. So do some journaling, even if you do feel a little bored and out of place. Just do a little bit of reflection in your journal, and then you'll see a lot of where you have actually come, and that you're not anywhere than where you were before. Or actually, you're a lot further than where you were before, but you're also not exactly where you're going either. You're just there right now, but you're getting somewhere else. I'm just saying. It's just a way to look at things. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please hit the like and share and subscribe button.